Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to be installing, well, actually importing a DNS server from our opt directory. So if you went through and on your system, you saw that you could go through and make sure that you have VBoxNet 0. Okay. Once you have VBoxNet 0, we'll go to File, Import Appliance, and the appliance is located in /opt/cybdns02.ova. Now I can try to put this somewhere on the web so everybody can get to it. It's just opt cybdns02.ova. We'll take it slowly for. Yeah. So next, over here, everything's pretty cool. We're going to take two changes. Over here, critical infrastructure. Double click that thing, delete it, and then up here in name, change that to 01. And then down here at the bottom is just an option, generate new MAC. So two changes at top, and then just select generate new MAC address at the bottom. After you do that, choose import. The import takes about 30 seconds. Well, it does on my computer. It'll probably take about, I don't know, 10 seconds on your computers. And once we get that computer imported, we're going to have to walk through getting it ready for the lab. And there are several steps for that. So because we don't want this thing to be everywhere, so we're going to go through and make some changes. So here on DNS 01, we're going to right-click, go to Settings. Inside Settings, by the way, if you go to Description, you can see the root and password. That's your username and password. But that's not what we're doing right now. Go down to Network. Under Network, choose Host Only Adapter. Host Only Adapter. If you want to click Advanced and verify Allow All is there, that's totally fine. It won't impact us with what we're doing today, but it's a nice feature so you can sniff all the traffic. We'll choose OK. Once we do that, we're going to power this on in a weird way. We're going to choose Detachable Start. Now, it'll pop up like this. I'm going to change my view to make it bigger so everybody can see it. Ooh, look, pretty blue. All right. Everybody should get about the same thing? Look about right? No? Okay, good. All righty. So now we get here. We have a login. Our login is root. And the password is passw0rd. A capital P in password. So PASSW0RD, like that. That. All right. So the four changes we're going to make, we're going to change our name, which is Etsy myname. We're going to change the gateway, which is Etsy mygate. We're going to change the interface, which is Etsy hostname.em0. Oops, that's backwards. And we're going to change SSD to allow remote access via password. So all of those are in Etsy, so you can actually CD over to Etsy if you want to. And then inside that vim, that you got my name. And all we want to do over here is go right there. I for insert, delete the number 1, and now it's cybdns01, that's cybdns.net, and escape :WQ. Same way we use VI all the time. Mygate, pop into it, DD to delete that line, 192.168.56.1 for your gateway. And escape :WQ. Now the next one, BI hostname right over there .em0 You can see that I put em0.hostname on there for whatever reason. I'm going to DD that line, and over here I'm going to type inet 192.168.56.11, and then for the network is 255.255.255.0. Save that. Now we've gone through, and I hit right control to get my mouse back. We've gone through this part, my name, we've gone through my gateway and my host name. Now we're going to go change the SSH config. So in here, we're going to go into vim etc ssh sshd config, enter. Remember to use tab completion. And scroll down, and you'll see that we've already got permit root login is enabled. That's great. And we have this password authentication no. We're going to comment that out. Remember, press I for insert. Take that, make that yes, escape, :WQ, enter. After you do that, you're going to type shutdown -R now. And that'll be it. We'll pause. We're going to query DNS remotely. So I'm going to scroll down right here. We're going to open up a couple of terminals. First thing is we want to make sure we can get to this machine after the reboot. So I'm going to open up a terminal and verify that I can just get to that machine. And I'm going to SSH root at 192.168.56.11. I'm going to take this terminal and I'm going to slam it at the top of the screen. I'm going to press enter. And good, it worked. So I know I can get there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going back to this machine. If you click in the black area of the machine, it'll suck in your mouse. So just press the right control button to get your mouse back. Then up here, click this, and we're going to make this go away, just like it's a real server running in the background. And choose OK. Continue running in the background. So now that's gone. Down here, we can grab this and just drag it off, minimize it, whatever. We're not going to be using that anymore. Now we've got this one up. We're going to hit Control-Shift-N or just open up a new terminal, either way. Drag it to the bottom of your screen. And we'll make that big down there. Now, I'm going to log out up here, and I'm going to re-log in down here. So SSH root at 192.168.56.11. All right, I'm back in, and this is my client. I'm going to test it, so I'm going to type dig, and I'm going to look for Cybernados. Cybernados.net at 192.168.56.11. I press enter, and it comes back like right away, and it says, yeah, here's your response. What we're saying here is go ahead and dig this thing. What domain am I looking for? Cybernados.net. And from where do I want to pull the information? Bless you. From where do I want to pull the information? 192.168.56.11, which you know, that's the system you just gave the new IP address to. We can do all kinds of things with this. We can do a dig. We can look for MX records and pull out the mail exchanger. I'm going to make this just a little bit smaller, fit some more information on there. So now you can see the mail exchanger comes up right there. We can go through and pull down TXT records. TXT, I'm going to do lowercase here. It doesn't matter. You can use lowercase. I'm going to press enter. And you see all kinds of TXT records came up. And, well, what do those look like? Yeah, those are passwords. Actually, and there's the username. So in the hacking class, what you'll have to do is find sites and pull the text information out where people have put passwords. All right, so let's go ahead and look at another one. Let's look at Chechnya, and so we're going to dig. We can go ahead and look at name server for Chechnya.ru at our address, 192.168.56.11. Is that working for everybody? Wave your hand if it's working. Yay. All right, good. If it's not working, just be really quiet. Don't raise your hands. Or yeah, go ahead and raise your hand. Yep. All right. So here we've got this the dig ns sshd ru. This all comes back. Now one of the cool features down here is we actually have logging enabled on our system. So down the bottom, I'm going to type tail -f var named var query log. Let me make that a little bit smaller. I'm going to put it back on the screen. Tail -f var named var query.log. So over on this server, we can actually see the requests as they happen. We can actually request anything, except you have to realize this server does not have internet access. So if we say, I want the name server for AOL.com, then it's going to like, okay, cool, I'll check that out for you. And then eventually it's like, I'm having a hard time with that. And it just dies. It's like, I can't find it. And it comes back and it's like, well, turns out I didn't have an answer for you on that one. Yeah. It doesn't have internet access right now, so it's not going to give us answers right now. So that's okay. Now, it will give us answers for things that it hosts. So if it knows it. For instance, we type dig www.chechnya.ru at 192.168.56.11 and press enter, then right away it tells us, there it is. Who's using 10.10.10.101? Nobody? All right, good. Okay, so the way your system's going to work is in our systems, this is the local system, this is not the server over here. In our local system, we can go over and we can do a vi etc resolve.conf. Remember we mentioned resolve.conf was a file related to DNS. Well, resolve.conf is actually a file that tells the system where DNS is. Now we can change this file. You have to sudo it when you run it. So you have to sudo it or you can't change it. We're going to go ahead and change it because actually when you reboot your system, it's going to change back. It'll change back by itself. But the sudo vi etc resolve.conf, we're going to press enter. Then all this stuff comes up. All that stuff. And, I'm just going to hit D1000D. D1000D. Makes everything go away. That's D stands for delete, 1,000 or 10,000, number of lines you want to delete, and D, make it happen. D1000D. So once you get that done, press I for insert, type name server 192.168.56.11. Now who knows what we just did? So I'll go ahead and save that. So we're just changing two files. We're going to create bank.com. So go to cd var named etc and then vi named.conf. Inside of named.conf, you're going to see that you got a whole bunch of stuff, and actually you start out at the very bottom, right down there, right? Everybody started out right here. Good. So you see that Chechnya RU? If you'll go like just one line above it right there and type D5D, it deletes that. Now press U for undelete. But guess what? It's kind of like cut and paste. Now we can go down here. We can go down to that line below it. Or we can go down the last line right there, either way, and press P. You just go down that braces right there. At this braces, just type the letter P. And it pastes that back in. So now everybody should have two Chechnya.ru zones. Cool. Now, on the second Chechnya.ru, we're going to delete that. Don't forget to press I for insert. I for insert. We're going to make this bank.com. We're going to say that we are the master for that. So we're the master DNS record for bank.com. This could be any bank, huntington.com, whatever you want, right? But we'll just say bank.com. Then over here, this zone.sshd.ru, we're going to change that. And we're going to make that zone.bank.com. We can delete rid of that .ru there. I mean, literally what we did is just copied and pasted. So, you know, pretty straightforward. All right, so escape colon WQ. Escape colon WQ for write then quit. Now we're going to pop up one directory, so cd .. and down into the other directory, /master. So we just went up the directory and back down to a different directory. Now in the master directory, you'll notice we do not have a zone.bank. If you hit LL zone, you'll notice those are zones. They all start with C's. So we're going to need to make that zone. We can make it by scratch, but to save time, we're going to copy zone.chechnya.ru to zonebank.com. I'll put a couple extra spaces in there so you can see what the spaces are. And make that a little bit bigger. Are you in the var named master directory?
Yeah. This is on the cyber DNS 012?
Yep.
I can see stuff though when I do an LS.
So now we got zone.bank.com right here. One of the things we do is LL, check permissions to see who everything belongs to. And if you look up here at bank.com, we do have that root and bind. Yeah, that's probably going to be fine. Bind still owns it, so that's good. All right, let's go into it. VI, zone.bank.com. And this is we're going to actually make this change outside of VI, but you can make this change inside of VI using a %s. So in the lab, it shows you how to do a :s / Chechnya, right? And change it that way. But we're just going to look at this file right now. Now pop out of it. Don't save anything. Quit. There. And we're going to type, I don't know, who wants to do the VI? I always do the VI. All right. Inside the VI over here, we'll hit a %s, just like it says in the paper. Just do it this way. The first slash says what's your origin. So we're going to say chechnya.ru. The second slash is what you want to change it to, bank.com. The third slash terminates the change, and the G means globally. So now when I press enter, it says 6 substitutions were made on 6 lines. Everywhere it said chechnya.ru, it now says bank.com. All right, so hit escape :WQ to save that file. Once we save that file, we can go through and do a chown for change ownership to a bind :bind and see if it likes that. And that is what it does right there. Then we will restart the service. Remember on our Linux box we do that service like named restart, like that kind of thing? That's our Linux systems. This doesn't work that way. It's similar. There's an RCCTL, so RC control. You tell it what you want to do, restart, and then you say, I want to restart the ISC_named service. It should give you 2 OKs. OK and OK. If we go up here now where we did that dig chechdna.ru. We can do that again. Make sure it still comes up. It does. Now instead of chechdna.ru, we should be able to dig bank.com. And now bank.com comes up. But something tells me that that's probably not the right address for bank.com. A private LAN address is probably not bank.com's real web address. So we can go over here and type dig www.bank.com. And it's like, oh, well, www.bank.com actually just points right back over to bank.com. Which points to 10.10.50.150. Probably not legit. So you have to watch out for that. And of course, if you want to do this, you can dig it. You can press the @ symbol 192.168.56.11, enter, and that way you can specify what server you actually want to query. And that's all there is to it. We have now created a new domain. Our system sees that as a new domain, and it visits that new domain.